Today on MTG Unpacked, we're getting stuck into the new starter commander deck, Token Triumph. So the commander here is Amara, Soul of the Accord. And so that's the Selesnya color combo, white and green. Welcome to Commander. So you get a 100 card deck box, 10 double-sided tokens, strategy, insert, and reference card. Okay, so let's get to cracking here. And they have little sayings. What is this? Party at Amara's, everyone's invited. Okay. These go for about $19.99 US or thereabouts. And there's about 50 bucks of card value here at the time of filming. And here we've got some tokens, little pop-outs. So take a look at the flyer. Alright, so we have Token Triumph. So some info about playing the deck. So you're basically pumping out tons of tokens. We've got Commander Rules, nice scene, and Amara, Soul of the Accord. So this is the Planeswalker, or not a Planeswalker, the Commander here. Alright. So we'll set this aside, and in the sleeve here we've got the deck box. So a little bit of a cheap deck box, but does the job. You should be able to put a fully sleeved deck in there, I would say. So let's get to cracking here. So these decks are mainly meant for new players. So they're not going to be terribly overpowered, but should be a fun way to get into the format. So let's see, we'll separate out the lands and tokens like so. And then cut the deck here. Let's take a look at what you get. So starting off with Amara, Soul of the Accord, legendary creature, elf cleric. So 2/2 for 2, it's a mythic. Whenever Amara, Soul of the Accord becomes tapped, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token with lifelink. Alright. And here we have Ajani, Caller of the Pride, another mythic. Legendary Planeswalker Ajani, 4 loyalty for 3. His +1, put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature. -3, target creature gains flying and double strike until end of turn. -8, create X 2/2 white cat creature tokens, where X is your life total. So the Planeswalkers, think of them as like another player that you control. That's their life starting total, and then each turn you can pick one of these abilities. So that'll either plus or minus the loyalty, and then when that reaches 0, they go to the graveyard. We got Citywide Bus, sorcery for 3, destroy all creatures with toughness 4 or greater. Commander's Insignia, enchantment for 4, creatures you control get +1/+1 for each time you've cast your commander from the command zone this game. Dawn of Hope, enchantment for 2, whenever you gain life you may pay 2, if you do, draw a card, and for 3 and a white, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token with lifelink. Okay, so we're pumping out the tokens now. Dictate of Heliod, enchantment for 5, has flash. Creatures you control get +2/+2, so flash means you can cast that on your opponent's turn. Felidar Retreat, enchantment for 4, has landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, choose 1. Create a 2/2 white cat beast creature token, or put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Those creatures gain vigilance until end of turn. Hour of Reckoning, sorcery for 7. Has Convoke, so your creatures can help cast a spell. Each creature you tap while casting a spell pays for 1 or 1 mana of that creature's color. Destroy all non-token creatures. So the idea is you would pay that cost with your tokens, and then everything else gets wiped out. Mentor of the Meek, creature human soldier 2/2 for 3. Whenever another creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 1. If you do, draw a card. And White Sun's Zenith, instant for X and 3 white, create X 2/2 white cat creature tokens, shuffle White Sun's Zenith into its owner's library. Champion of Lambholt, creature human warrior 1/1 for 3. Creatures with power less than Champion of Lambholt's power can't block creatures you control And whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Champion of Lamholt. And Citadel Hierophants, creature human druid, 3/2 for 4. Creatures you control have tap to add green mana. Okay, so a bit of mana ramping there. Collective Unconscious, sorcery for 6. Draw a card for each creature you control. Harvest Season, sorcery for 3. Search your library for up to X basic land cards, where X is the number of tapped creatures you control. Put those cards onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. We've got a Hornet Nest, creature insect, 0/2 for 3, defender. Whenever it's dealt damage, create that many 1/1 green insect creature tokens with flying and death touch. Hornet Queen, creature insect, 2/2 for 7. Whoa! Flying and death touch. When it enters battlefield, create 4 1/1 green insect creature tokens with flying and death touch. Rishkar Pima Renegade, legendary creature elf druid, 2/2 for 3. When it enters battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Each creature you control with a counter on it has tap to add green mana. Okay, so more mana ramping. Scavenging Ooze, creature ooze. It's a 2/2 for 2. Pay a green, exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a creature card, put a +1/+1 counter on Scavenging Ooze and you gain 1 life. Thunderfoot Baloth, creature beast, 5/5 for 6 with trample and lieutenant. As long as you control your commander, Thunderfoot Baloth gets +2/+2 and other creatures you control get +2/+2 and have trample. Verdant Force, creature elemental, 7/7 for 8. At the beginning of each upkeep, create a 1/1 green sapling creature token. So many tokens here. Aura Mutation, instant for 2. Destroy target enchantment, create X 1/1 green sapling creature tokens, where X is that enchantment's mana value. Camaraderie, sorcery for 6. You gain X life and draw X cards, where X is the number of creatures you control. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. And Collective Blessing, enchantment for 7. Creatures you control get +3/+3. Dauntless Escort, creature Rhino Soldier, 3/3 for 3. If you sacrifice it, creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. March of the Multitudes, it's a mythic, instant for X and green and 2 white. Has Convoke, like that other one we saw earlier. Create X 1/1 white soldier creature tokens with lifelink. Trostani Discordant, legendary creature Dryad, 1/4 for 5. Other creatures you control get +1/+1. And when it enters battlefield, create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens with lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, each player gains control of all creatures they own. Idol of Oblivion, artifact for 2. Tap to draw a card, activate only if you created a token this turn. Or pay 8 taps, sack this. Create a 10/10 colorless Eldrazi creature token. Craziness. Slate of Ancestry, artifact for 4. Pay 4 tap, discard your hand, draw a card for each creature you control. Whoop, we've got one more here. And it's a random land chucked in the middle. Canopy Vista, land, forest, plains, tap for green or white. Enters battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands. Okay, so we've got another land here. Fortified Village. As it enters battlefield, you may reveal a forest or plains card from your hand. If you don't, it enters battlefield tapped. Tap for green or white. Temple of Plenty. Enters tapped. When it enters battlefield, scry 1, tap for green or white. And back to the regular cards here. Conclave Tribunal, enchantment 4, has Convoke. When it enters battlefield, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until Conclave Tribunal leaves the battlefield. Devouring Light, instant for 3 with Convoke. Exile target attacking or blocking creature. And Path to Exile, instant for a single white. Exile target creature. Its controller may search your library for a basic land card, put that card onto the battlefield tap, then shuffle. Rootborn Defenses, instant for 3, has Populate. Creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn, and to populate, create a token that's a copy of a creature token you control. Valor in Akros, enchantment 4, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. And Avacyn's Pilgrim, creature human monk, 1/1 for a single green, tap for white mana. So some more mana ramping. Curse of Bounty, enchantment aura curse for 2 enchant player. Whenever enchanted player is attacked, untap all non-land permanents you control. Each opponent attacking that player untaps all non-land permanents they control. That is brutal. Eternal Witness, creature, human shaman, 2/1 for 3. When it enters battlefield, you may return target card from your graveyard to your hand. And Farhaven Elf, creature, elf, druid, 1/1 for 3. When it enters battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Great Oak Guardian, creature, tree folk, 4/5 for 6. This one has flash and reach. When it enters battlefield, creatures target player controls get +2/+2 until end of turn. Untap them. Harmonize, sorcery for 4. Draw 3 cards. Jade Mage, creature, human shaman, 2/1 for 2. 2 and a green, you get to create a 1/1 green saproling creature token. Jaspera Sentinel, creature, elf, rogue, has reach. It's a 1/2 for a single green. Tap an untap creature you control. You get to add 1 mana of any color. Karametra's Favor, enchantment aura for 2. Enchant creature. When it enters battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted creature has tapped to add 1 mana of any color. Leafkin Druid, creature, elemental druid, 0/3 for 2. Tap for green mana. If you control 4 or more creatures, add 2 green instead. Loyal Guardian, creature, rhino, 4/4 for 5 with trample and lieutenant. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control your commander, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Nissa's Expedition, sorcery for 5. This one has Convoke. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Nomad Shepherd, creature, elf, shaman, 2/4 for 4. Tap 4 untapped creatures you control. You get to destroy target artifact or enchantment. Overrun, sorcery for 5. Creatures you control get +3/+3 and gain trample until end of turn. And Overwhelming Instinct, enchantment for 3. Whenever you attack with 3 or more creatures, draw a card. Presence of Gond, enchantment aura for 3. Enchant creature. The enchanted creature has tap to create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. Reclamation Sage, creature, elf, shaman, 2/1 for 3. So when it enters battlefield, you may destroy target artifact or enchantment. And Scatter the Seeds. This one has Convoke. Create 3 1/1 green saproling creature tokens. Spore Mound, creature, fungus, 3/3 for 5, has Landfall. Whenever a land enters battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 green saproling creature token. Voice of Many, creature, elf, druid, 3/3 for 4. So when it enters battlefield, draw a card for each opponent who controls fewer creatures than you. Maya Bretagard, protector, legendary creature, human warrior, 2/3 for 5. Other creatures you control get +1/+1. Also has Landfall. Whenever a land enters battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 white human warrior creature token. Selesnya Evangel, creature, elf, shaman, 1/2 for 2. For 1, tap an untapped creature you control. You get to create a 1/1 green saproling creature token. We've got Selesnya Guildmage, creature, elf, wizard, 2/2 for 2. For 3 and a green, create a 1/1 green saproling creature token. For 3 and a white, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Sylvan Reclamation, instant for 5, exile up to 2 target artifacts and or enchantments. Has basic land cycling 2. And Arcane Signet, artifact for 2, tap to add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Commander's Sphere, artifact for 3, tap to add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Sacrifice it, you get to draw a card, and I was expecting this to be next. Soul Ring, artifact for 1, tap for 2, colorless. So that's in pretty much every commander deck these days. Talisman of Unity, artifact for 2, tap for colorless or tap for green or white, and it deals 1 damage to you. Okay, so that is the bulk of the deck. Looks pretty awesome if you like the token strategies. So now we're going to take a look at the lands. So we got Blossoming Sands, enters battlefield tapped. When it enters battlefield, you gain 1 life. Tap it for green or white. Command Tower, tap to add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Elfheim Palace, enters battlefield tapped. Tap for green or white. Grey Pelt Refuge. Enters battlefield tapped. When it enters battlefield, you gain 1 life. Tap for green or white. Holdout Settlement. Tap for colorless. Tap and then tap an untapped creature you control. You get to add 1 mana of any color. Tranquil Expanse. Enters battlefield tapped. Tap for green or white. Vitu-Ghazi, the City Tree. Tap for colorless. For 2 green and white. Tap. You get to create a 1/1 green sapling creature token. And then we have Basic Forests. 15 of those. And Plains. 14 of those. Okay. So the tokens, we're going to have a ton of different tokens. We've got the 1/1 Insect with Flying and Death Touch. On the other side, a 1/1 Soldier with Lifelink. So another Insect. On the other side of this one, we've got a 2/2 Cat. Another Insect. I guess they figure you'll be cranking out lots of insects. We've got a 1/1 Human Warrior. Another Insect. On the other side, a Cat Beast. 2/2. We've got a 10/10 Eldrazi. I remember that one. It's craziness. A 1/1 Soldier with Lifelink. Sapling 1/1. On the other side, we have a Soldier 1/1 with Lifelink. Another Sapling. And a Cat 2/2. Another Sapling. What do we got? 1/1 Human Warrior. 1/1 Elf Warrior with a 1/1 Lifelink Soldier. And a Elf Warrior with a 2/2 Cat Beast. Then we have Parts of the Turn and Popular Magic formats. So this one, the idea is you just keep pumping out tokens, destroying non-token creatures, boosting the tokens. You can use your tokens even to cast other spells. So this one looks pretty fun. Upgrading, I would probably suggest upgrading the mana base, just like all the other decks. You've got a lot of tap lands, so you want to swap those out with things that don't enter the battlefield tapped. Other than that, looks pretty cool. Leave a note in the comments what you think about this one, and I'll pop a link in the corner to the complete Commander playlist so you can see all the other Commander decks we've reviewed so far. We've got one more after this. Stay tuned for that. Hope everyone's staying safe and healthy out there. Thanks for watching and have a great day.